Okay guys, so for those of you who've been following the 30-day 100 quid challenge, we're at the end. It's ran for 44 days or 45 days, something like that. Simply because I took some time off and I was thinking about it, and I thought, you know what, I'll just run it to the end of the month so you could see what was going on. And it's really done this for Crispy in the squad. A little salute to you, son, because I know he's following it. Now, what you've got to decide is what you do at the end. Well, we're going to discuss that now. So there it is there. That's the balance in the back end of the broker. So it's at a balance of 249.61, and it started with 100 quid. So where did it start? Well, it started in amongst this slot, and it started on the 18th of May, and we're now on the 30th of June. All right. So that's why we ran it over a few days. Now, in amongst that 44 days, I've had a winning streak of 31 days right through. Okay? Not lost a day. All right? So, Scruff's a happy boy. But let's have a quick look at the account itself. So if we pull this in, just central that off for you. I use BlackBull Hedge account if you want to try them. There are links below. And you want to see how I trade, click the link and you'll be able to do that for free. Okay. So let's have a little look. So there's your balance, 249.61, deposit of 100 quid. We'll just run that up just so you can see it all. There's the 100 quid goes in. And when it started, it was peanuts. Just little chips here, there, and everywhere, which is all you can do. You don't get it right all the time. You get it wrong, you know, there. But you've got to be ruthless, kill it off, and you keep on going. Now, that's the discipline that you grow. Now, I use averaging sort of negatively to get me out of trouble, all of this sort of thing. It's all part of my plan, and you can see I've got a control panel that I use that controls stops when I'm wrong, and it controls targets as well. So it doesn't necessarily go through the BlackBull portfolio and its terminal. I use that one. You get them anywhere. Go on sort of MT5 and you'll be able to get one. Okay, Magic Keys is as good as any. So it looks pretty good at this moment in time. I'm really happy with it. Now, let me just put the smaller version of me on. I'll be able to show you this. So we can see the start. Now, there is a gap because I did take holidays and one thing and another, which is why I extended it. And what I did with this was I look at multiple targets. So I set myself a base target, which is I was looking to do 10 pips at 10p, pound a day, across 30 days as a minimum target of 30 quid. Right, well, for good days to the goal is 30, it's a pound a day. Right, so that's my first target. Then I look at a monetary target based on pip count. So I'll put how many pips I want minimum per day, so that will be there. And my lot size increases as the account increases. So that target started to increase a little bit. So bare minimum, medium, and then I have a full day target based on a percentage growth. Okay. And as long as I hit one of them three targets, I'm okay, but I'll try and get the main target. But if I don't get there, I'm not worried. If I don't get to this, I'm not worried, but I would be worried if I didn't achieve that. Okay. So that's kind of the way that I think. All right. And then there you are. You can see it's all there, what's going on. Now, I also get that 2% by running it through this. So it starts at 100 quid, and each one of these here targets is based on 2% from the day prior. Okay. And you just keep on working along. And then there you are. We're on day 44, which is here. I've just done 508. So it's way ahead of there. Don't need to do anything more. Ends the trial, ends the process. And it's grown 149.6. I can live with that. All right. Question is, what do you do now? Well, you've got like 149 quid to play with, haven't you? So what you can do is you can go, well, okay, I grew that account by 149 quid. Divide it. So say 75 quid for me. Take 75 quid. Or in this case, we'll go 74.61. That's mine. The other 74 quid or whatever it is left in the account. And you can do it again next month. But you're actually ahead of the game a little bit. Because you're starting with 70 quid more than you did at the beginning of this month. And it will snowball. So all you would need to do is just go, well, where am I going to put the money? Well, I'm going to put it here. Okay, so I'm going to transfer it out of there into there. And you just go 74. 61. Leaves 175 balance in the account. Your bank's 74. You can do what you want with that. You can withdraw it, spend it, do whatever you like. Don't matter. Click. Proceed. Bang. Check your wallets. There's your money there ready to withdraw. Dead simple. Okay. And if we go on to the account, it should show in the journal balance transfer to the wallet 74.61. There you go. Leaving you a new balance of 175 quid. All right. So you can start that tomorrow and then build that up and then do the same thing again and build up a little wallet. Now, what that's doing for you is it's paying you for what you've done. You know, so you've got a little 75 quid to play with. And you've grown your account balance by 70 odd quid as well. So when you start with your position sizing, you're already a step up from where you started. So even if you did exactly the same thing, you would end up with more money at the end of next month because your position sizes were a bit bigger. And then do the same thing. Take half the profit and leave the other half on the account and then build it up till it gets to a point that you're happy with. Now, you could be happy just trading £1,000 account. So you build it up till you get £1,000 account. That's what you start with each month. Any profit you make, you take and you keep. You might want to build it up to £5,000, but do the same principle over the course of 6, 12, 18 months. And you'll find that the job becomes really simple and easy. Now, I did that predominantly on cable. And I did it that way because I live in the UK, so it's pretty active through the London session. I can get a stab at it on before 8 o'clock. So if you are working, you can go at it before 8 and you can periodically check it through the day if you need to. I used 3 strategies on it, which was the morning surge, which is a spike between 6 and 8 o'clock in the morning. I looked at the box break, box theory. So that comes in after the open. And then if that failed by sort of 10:30, it reverted to goldeneye. So I had multiple ways of looking at the market, but I never ever stressed the account because I couldn't. And that's where the targeting came in. So I knew what a minimum target was that I would need to achieve to get to a certain point. Then I had a medium target that if I got it, brilliant. It gave me a basis to work on. So that's what I would look at first. I would look to do the middle target, which would naturally achieve the minimum target. But if it did well and it ran over a little bit, which some of them did and did quite well, it would hit the day target. Again, it keeps it controlled, keeps it methodical. But if I just set out at the big target first, what about the days I don't achieve it? You don't feel very good. Then you are prone to revenge trade because you want to achieve what you missed on the day before. But if you had a minimum target that you would be happy with, in this case £1, fine, at least I got the minimum target. It changes your mindset. So that's the whole process done. And with luck, you might have seen something, because for me, this is now the end. And hopefully you have some success for yourself. So as always, Trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow.